Hey everybody, Sam here. I managed to get outside for a quick chronograph test today. Now, it's not the greatest weather. It's very humid. It's overcast and dreary out here, but the rain did stop, so I was able to get the chronograph set up. And the reason for today's test is we have the all-new Summit 6 from Athens. This is the tap edition. This is our tap exclusive color, meaning you can only get it through us. It is called Matte Gun Green. Love this bow. Just got it in yesterday. Got it set up. I stayed up until 12:30 last night, working on D-loop, working on peeps, arrow rest, etc. And I have it all the way set up now to the point that I can confidently run these chronograph tests. It is not entirely tuned out, but I have it set identical to what I've tuned my Ridge 34 at, and I don't expect there'll be a whole lot of additional adjustment required to get it to the point where it is fully tuned for me. But it is handling extremely well. I am impressed, to say the least, about how controlled and stable through the shot this bow is. Our products definitely contribute mightily to that. Of course, the tap edition includes a tap cable guard and the tap string stop. I have DOA stabilizers on here, our ultralight model. This is the newest model we offer. 10.75 on the front with 2 ounces, also the quick disconnect. And I have the side stabilizer mount here with an 8.75 inch with 5 ounces. I'm also using titanium button head screws for my fasteners for the side stabilizer mount. I like to have those on. I think it adds a nice touch. They also, of course, don't rust. They are essentially impervious to weather. Then I have them on the arrow rest here too. Cut a little weight as well. All right, so we got 2 arrows. Now we have a 393 grain arrow. That's our lightest one. And on the heavy side, I have a 567 grain arrow. So let's see how efficient this bow is with such widely varying arrow weights. We may get some arrows on the chrono today, who knows? The weather being the way it is, that can impact the chronograph. So I'll shoot, and then what I'll do is I'll take the camera, walk it over so you can see what the chronograph reads at. Shooting my modified thumb release here. I'll have to explain sometime in another video what I've done, but I've essentially modified it so that it releases differently. You're not using your thumb. This bow is 27.5 inch draw, 70.2 pounds. I checked it today. It's a 345 IBO. We'll find out how close it is running to the rated spec. Well, first reading is 306.7. I don't know if that's entirely accurate or not. We'll find out. We'll shoot a few more. This is the first time I've run the chrono on this bow, so I don't know. But that's an impressive first shot, no doubt about it. All right, so we'll pull that, and I'll run 2 more shots with that same arrow. And I was trying to find, I was moving a little bit before I took the shot. I was trying to find the ideal place to shoot so I could consistently place the arrow within the chronograph's sensors. It's important to get as much consistency on these older chronographs as you can. I found that over the years that I get best results if I can maintain a very similar impact point. So 306.7. Again, 393 grain arrow. This is 309.8. There it is, verification. Lest you think I am stretching the truth. I am not. All right, one more. Now, typically, especially with our cable guard in place, we don't see that much variance in shot-to-shot speeds. So, the overcast weather could be impacting the reading. Sorry, I don't know. The sensors are clean, I know that. Recently checked that. And that one's 309.9. So we had a 309.8 the second shot, and then that 309.9. That's pretty speedy. That is a very, very speedy little bow. So if you don't know the specs exactly, I'll give that to you. So the Summit 6 stands for brace height. It's 6-inch brace. It is a 30-inch, about 30 and a half, I think, actually, axle to axle. For 2020, there were some changes made to the Summit that Athens did. They didn't in the past. They just had the Summit. Now there's the Summit 6 and there's the Summit 7. Of course, the Summit 7 would be the 7-inch brace height version. The cable guard, the stock cable guard that they include, they made a change to the type of fitting that is included to allow for adjustability. There's a Torx head screw here. This is only on the Summit bow that they include that for 2020. So I'm really pleased with that. And then the other big change is the modular cam system. It does require a bow press to be able to change the draw mods. But nonetheless, it is still considerably easier to make draw length changes than in the past, where you literally had to swap the entire cam out. Take out the axle and go through the whole process of changing the cam. Now you're just changing the module. So there's that change as well. Has a really large range of motion for the limb stop. They also have a cable stop that's included that you adjust accordingly based on the mod that you're using, the draw mod that you're using. All right, so now we'll go to the 567 grain arrow. I wouldn't claim that I could get this arrow to tune really well. I don't know that I would be able to. It's extraordinarily high on FOC, no doubt about that. So it probably would have decent flight characteristics, but I also think the spine would probably be insufficient given the amount of front weight that I have here. So this is a 300 grain field point, and that gets us up to that 567 total weight. Okay, 263.4 was the speed I just clocked with a 567 grain arrow. That's cooking. It is for that heavy of an arrow, no doubt about it. Now again, we're talking a 27.5-inch draw, 70.2 pounds peak draw weight. So it is doing quite nicely for that short of a draw. $263.5. So I'm not going to keep bringing the camera in. I trust at this point that you trust me on what I'm saying the speeds are. 263.5. I'll shoot one more. final shot with the heavy arrow in the final shot for today's test. .262.5. So right around 263 with all three arrows. Wow. Again, highly impressed with this bow. Haven't really done much shooting with it yet. Did a little bit inside. Done this. This is the first outdoor shots I've even taken with this bow, literally. What you're seeing right here, the first shots I've taken outside. So I look forward to what's to come in the spring and summer months. I'll be doing a lot of work with this bow. Be doing some long range shooting out here. We have up to 150, 160 yard range now. And I look forward to showing what accuracy can be accomplished with a smaller axle bow like this when properly outfitted. That's the key. Properly outfitted with the right accessories, properly balanced, highly controlled, and quite accurate. Go to titaniumarcheryproducts.com, see everything they have to offer, tapped out bows, stabilizers, etc. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.